Mental power. Mental power is intermediate vocabulary, English lesson number 2. Now, let's get started. The brain. The human brain is a well-engineered machine built by nature. It is the most complex organ in the body. It directs all body functions, and without the brain, the body cannot operate. The oldest part of the brain is shown in pink. It's called the pons. This part of the brain controls the oldest organs such as heart, lungs, liver, intestines, and much more. The newest and largest part of the brain is shown in blue. It is called the cerebral cortex. The brain comprises 2% of body weight but uses 25% of the total energy. That's an interesting factoid for you. The brain has 6 main components, each controlling different organs. They're also called brain layers. So you start with the small one, which is the pons, then you go to the cerebellum, and you have all these other layers, which are like medulla and the cerebellum, for example, and all these ones that are very difficult to pronounce. So we have 3 words: engineered, operate, and comprises. So let's do the first one. To engineer, we're going to do a verb here. Although this one, well, this is a verb as well, actually. Engineering is a noun, however. These are verbs. This is a noun. Let's get started. To engineer means to design for the purpose of building something. The company engineered the bridge so that it shouldn't fall down. Shouldn't, not wouldn't, shouldn't. Now, the engineered house was very strong, so the hurricane didn't break it down. The students needed to engineer a new car design in 14 days. That's not much time to design a new car. Engineering is an important job that is needed for designing roads. Here's 2 very attractive... Okay, here's two people. This guy is like some kind of construction draftsman, engineer, whatever. And here is some guy who's like looking at a book. And yeah, so let's do comprise. To comprise is a verb that means to include, contain, or to be part of. So for example, the club comprises 4 members: Tom, Jane, Ben, and Kim. The company is comprised of 6,000 workers in 45 countries. The supermarket has a vegetable section comprised of onions, broccoli, lettuce, and peppers. So the supermarket contains or has all of these different vegetables. The world is comprised of water, land, animals, and air. What a nice little world. Now, that was wonderful. Let's do what is the mind. The brain is the physical organ, whereas the mind cannot be seen or touched. It is within all of us, yet we cannot measure it. The mind is the process of thinking. So it's a process. It's doing something. It's not actually like you can touch the mind or see the mind. It's just the way we think. It allows us to analyze information and make decisions. Without minds, humans would be similar to ants, just following one another without thinking. The expression mindless drones is often used. Mindless means without a mind, and drones means can't think. The mind allows humans to work, play, laugh, read, and enjoy life. So mindless drones, in Star Trek they have the Borg, which are often referred to as mindless drones. That's where I got that from. Now, the mind is a complex puzzle having many pieces. So we're going to do 3 words: physical, process, and analyze. The first word is physical. It's an adjective that means being able to be touched or seen. So, physical contact with a jellyfish might cause pain. So if you take your hand and you touch the jellyfish, ow, it might shock you. It is not necessary to be physically aggressive when playing badminton. That's right. The physical examination was stressful for John. The doctor said there is nothing wrong with him, so his stress is gone. Good, John. Now, physical exercise is good for having a healthy body and mind. She's stretching because her muscles need to be relaxed. When the muscles are relaxed, the mind can also be relaxed. Let's do the second word, process. Process, as a noun, is how something is done. The process for making pizza is simple. Add sauce, cheese, and meat to the dough. There are many mental processes for relaxation, yoga, meditation, and music. The best process for making food cheaply is by farming. That would be compared to finding your food in the forest or fishing every single day or hunting. Now, the process for making pizza, add sauce, cheese, and meat to the dough, then bake for 25 minutes, etc. One process for becoming smarter is to study. Here's my little friend here. He's got many books he's going to study. Let's do analyze. Analyze is to look at and examine, to ask, what is going on here? I analyze a lot during the day. So here's an example of how to use analyze in a sentence. The businessman analyzed the news. What the? Why is this so... Let me change this. There. It's all fixed. It's all fixed, everybody. The businessman analyzed the news to see if his company would be hurt. The teacher analyzed students' tests. Analyzing an opponent is a good strategy for a fighter. So if you're fighting somebody, you want to look at them and see if they have any weaknesses that you could use to win the fight. After analyzing the data, the results show that Mrs. Summers is not dying. That's nice. She's not dying. People often analyze their partner to see if they are interested in marriage. Oh man, have I had that happen? My gosh. She's sitting across the table and she's dreaming up, "Ooh, we're gonna get married and have a house and we're gonna have children and Anyway, why be stupid? Some people are set on being stupid. They watch unintelligent television shows, eat unhealthy food, and resist all exercise. Many unhealthy, stupid people even mock intelligent people. They often work in lazy jobs that pay very little money and leech off the system. They use more money from government services than they pay in taxes. This is a waste of money. Whoa, problem. This waste of money is a problem for hardworking people. Even worse, the stupid people think that they are important members of society. Ignorance is bliss is a common expression to discuss stupid people who like being stupid, like this guy. He doesn't know what to do or where to go. Oh, set. Now, we used set. Some people are set on being stupid. That means they don't want to change. To not want to change. As a noun, Mr. Kennedy is set in his ways. He always drives to work. So if I say, hey, Mr. Kennedy, maybe you should ride a bike. Maybe you should ride a bike to work. And he says, I don't want to ride a bike. I like to drive my car because it's more expensive. Well, Mr. Kennedy, you're an idiot. Okay, the children are set. They want to eat lunch at 12 o'clock every day and not change. Well, maybe they're hungry at 12. The set time for the party is 7 o'clock. We were set to go to the basketball game, but then we lost our car keys. That's unfortunate. If you are set to win a lot of money, you should tell nobody because they might steal the money. Did you hear the story about a man who was about this old? He had $500,000 of gold in his house, and somebody stole his gold because he told everybody that he had $500,000 of gold in his house. So that's why you should tell nobody. Resist. to not want it to happen, to try to stop it. The captain resisted the aliens' attack. You see, I'm using a lot of Star Trek words here. If a criminal resists arrest, they will get more jail time. That means to fight back or try to not get arrested. When a dog resists a bath, it becomes difficult to clean it. Resisting chocolate cake is difficult for some people, but not Teacher Phil. I am strong. If people resist eating junk food, they can be slim. See, it has the tape measure so you can see your hot, tasty, chocolate-dripped, irresistible scone with the chocolate body fat and not eat this scrumptious fact. Eat well and exercise for the brain. The mind should be built using diet and exercise. The mind is an organ, just like the muscles, heart, or lungs. All organs need good physical exercise in order to operate properly. Oxygen is sent through the body to the brain during exercise. This oxygen helps the brain function better. There are different exercises that can be done. Sports, running, swimming, walking, cycling, and yoga are all good forms of exercise. Resisting the temptation to eat junk food also compromises a healthy lifestyle. Good food is needed to have a good brain. The physical brain is made of many chemicals. If junk food is eaten, the bad chemicals can enter the brain and cause problems. Therefore, good nutrition is needed to have a healthy mind and brain. Whew! All right. Fact. Study harder to help the mind. Some people are set on only exercising and eating healthy in their engineering to build a better brain. The process of studying is also important to build new brain neurons. Neurons is a scientific word. As we age, neurons die and need to be replaced. Studying will help the neurons grow better. All types of studying are good, except studying girls. Reading about history or science is a good place to start. Pick topics that are interested and that can be used in daily life. It is also important to analyze what is read. Instead of memorizing information and forgetting it, taking the time to uncover mysteries is very rewarding. The mind will operate better if new information is discussed and questioned. Don't believe everything that is written. A lot of information is not true. So here, the argument is that studying helps the mind because when you are doing studying, it is important for building neurons. Now, all types of studying are good except for reading about history or science is a good place to start. I study science every day and a little history. Now, this one here says that eating proper food and exercising is good for the brain because the brain is a muscle and it needs physical exercise to work properly because of oxygen being sent through the body to the brain to make your brain function better. Now, if you resist the temptation to eat junk food, that means if you see junk food, you do not eat it. You're like, you know what, junk food, bad. I'm not going to eat it. I'm going to stay healthy and smart and strong. Now, awesome. Good food is needed to have a good brain. It's time for questions. Number 1, what does the pons do? The pons is that little brain thing, remember? Number 2, how are the brain and mind different? How are some people stupid? How can exercise and food help the brain? How can studying help the brain? Question number 1, what does the pons do? The pons is the smallest part of the brain. It controls the oldest organs such as heart, liver, kidneys, etc. How are the brain and mind different? The brain is a physical organ and the mind is not physical. The brain operates the organs of the body, and without the brain, the body cannot function. The mind is the process of thinking. The mind takes... Whoa! Makes humans different from mindless drones, such as ants. How are some people stupid? Some people are purposely stupid. They watch stupid television shows, eat junk food, and don't exercise. In fact, they are so stupid that they mock smart people. They also use more government resources than they pay into the system. How can exercise and food help the brain? All organs need exercise. The brain is another organ just like the heart. Exercise flows blood into the brain, sending oxygen into the brain cells. Food is important too. Bad chemicals in the food can flow into the brain, causing bad brain function. As well, neurons need good food in order to rebuild. How can studying help the brain? Studying causes the brain to build new neurons to replace dying ones. More studying is the best exercise for the brain. Learning about new subjects such as science will help build the mind. Also, analyzing the information will also build more neurons and build intelligence.